my babies. Today I'm coming to you with a story time about when I used to work at Wingstop. My whole entire crew quit. Okay? So before we get into the story time, like, subscribe, comment down below, follow me on all my socials, and yeah, let's get into the story time. Okay, we're gonna start from the very beginning of when I started working at Wingstop. Okay, so I started working with Wingstop in about January. Now I worked there for a few months because at one location, because they were building the location there I was initially supposed to be working at. So they were still, putting in equipment and all this stuff. So we were just basically in the waiting period to know when we're going to move. So we ended up moving in March to our new location. The first day was crazy. Okay, it was literally crazy. We got so many orders back to back. Literally, as soon as we walked into the store and turned our systems on, we had tickets printed. So we literally had to start making food. I was on the morning shift, so I basically, I was bagging food and making sure everybody got their orders correct. So my first day in, I'm good. Okay. Now, this story also leads me into quitting this job the first time. Okay? The first time. So, the next day, I come into work. I literally get told that my whole management team quit. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly why. So, that first day when we went into work, it was me, my coworker, and then we had two managers there and our general manager. So the way we ran our mornings was only 4 people needed to be there, no extra people. Well, the people from Texas, who basically are the upper level of management, came down to help open the store. When they came to help open the store, they saw that we only had 4 people on our team, and they asked our general manager, where's the rest of y'all people? And he's basically like, this is my people. He's like, they run a morning shift and they've done it for the last 3 months, so they're fine. So we're like, yeah, we good, it's not a problem. So we end up actually running out of food that day because we didn't know how many orders we were going to get on that first day, that we ran out of chicken. So we had to close down early. So basically, the general manager showed up the next morning. The regional manager showed up the next morning before I even get there. And he's basically like chewing my general manager out. When I say, I mean chewing him out, that it actually leads up to one of the shift leads quitting behind the general manager, and then another shift lead to quit behind that shift lead. And then we only had one shift lead left to help run the store. So when I walk into work, they're like, yeah, so-and-so quit. All these people didn't quit. And I'm like, so what we supposed to do? They're like, nothing. They was like, we still haven't got a truck to even run the store today. We have nothing. So basically we were gonna sit. But basically we sat on the clock for 3-4 hours, I would say. And then they eventually sent us home. So the next day after that, this is the 3rd day of us being open. That was the 2nd day. This is the 3rd day of us being open. So 3rd day we open, coming to work. The shift lead that had not quit, he's still there. He shows up to work, and we still have not received a truck still yet. So they're telling us we are going to get a truck, but we're waiting for them to come. So I'm like, okay. So me and my shift lead, we're talking back and forth. And basically, he ends ends up saying, yeah, I think they trying to make me assistant manager and want to leave me to run this, and I don't want to do it. And I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, why would they like throw that at you? You know, because he's still young. Like, he's like, at the time, I would say he was like 20 years old. Like, he didn't need to be no assistant manager trying to run an entire store like by himself. So it was crazy. So we ended up getting the truck. The truck finally shows up. When the truck finally shows up, we have double what they ordered. So I mean, we have probably, normally we order about 25 cases of potatoes. We had about 50 to 60 cases of potatoes. About 50 to 75 cases of chicken. Like, I mean, bulk. Like, a huge amount of food that we damn near didn't have anywhere to put any of it. That's how much of it we had, that we didn't have the space. That, to the point, I believe they ended up having to give some away because we didn't have the space for it. Because our building was literally a straight shot. Like, you could look the way, if you've been into a Wingstop that's in like a shopping center or a shopping mall, you know, when you walk in, you can see to the back door. If you look at it, you can literally see from the front to the back. Like, it's about that big. So we had stuff in our lobby. We had stuff just sitting in the middle of the floor, like trying to scoot by it, maneuver around it to, you know, put stuff up. So that ended up happening. So then, now I'm gonna tell y'all what led me into quitting. When I tell you all of this happened within a week, this literally all happened within a week. So I show up to work the next day I show up to work. And it's a bunch of random people in here. It's a bunch of random managers that I don't know. And I'm a person, I am very like in my bubble when I don't know people, and I get uncomfortable very quickly being around new people. So I walk in here and it's all men. I'm gonna put a point on that. It's all men. I'm the only female in the building. And I had did my normal day, my normal morning. Woke up, put clothes on, drove to work. Stopped at, went to Starbucks next door, and went into the building. And when I went in there, it was a bunch of random men in there. And I was like, I'm not really comfortable with being in here because I was the only person in there. And there was no one that I knew in the store. It was like literally a bunch of new people. Like even like the shift lead, for like the first couple of days that we had even worked there wasn't there. So I was like, I'm not comfortable being here. So I ended up having my cousin call me off that day. I ended up having her call up so I can leave. So then I show up the next day. And I tried to work that day. I tried to work the week back, and I ended up having them call again because I couldn't deal with it. I literally just could not be. It was like something was really uneasy that I just did not like. I just didn't feel safe, and I was like, I have to leave. So I go in the next time I was supposed to work. I go in the next time. When I go in, my coworker that I always did mornings with was there. Now they started making us come in like early in the morning. So I get there the normal time I'm supposed to be there, and she's already doing our prep. So like our mornings before the store opened consisted of prepping like ranch, blue cheese, honey mustard, cutting up carrots, celery, just the stuff that you would need to last for at least the next 2 days at least. So she's already cupping ranch. She's already made it and started cupping it. So the way we would make it, and then the way we would cup the ranch is we had 2 pitchers that we would use. We would pour the bucket We pour half in one pitcher and the other half in the other, and then that's how we would cup the ranch. So we are doing it the way we know how, and then this lady comes. I have no idea who she is. She comes around. I'm like, I basically jump in. She's like, this is like, so basically my coworker is like, Bree, I jump in to help her, basically. That's what I'm doing. I'm helping her, finish like putting the lids on and helping cook the rest of whatever we need to get done. So a lady comes around the corner with this clipboard. She's a white woman. She comes around the corner and she's like, hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm here from, I think she was from Texas. I think she ran a store in Texas or wherever she ran the store. I run a store in blah, blah. I'm here to help y'all get y'all store together. And the way she said it was so condescending. It immediately I was like, no. I was like, no. I can't. Nope. So I'm like, okay, I clocked you. I see what type of timing you on. So now I'm helping her. I'm pouring. I got through a ranch already. She comes back. We're on the second batch, okay, of pouring. So I'm pouring. She comes up to me and says, why don't you use a cup? You're creating dishes. And I was like, this is the way I've always did it. This is the way I'm going to do it. And I wash my dishes when I'm done. I don't leave a sink full of dishes. Ever. Okay? So I'm like, I'm going to continue to do it the way I'm doing it. And then she came back again and she was like, oh, I like how y'all set it up on the trays. Because when you cup it up and you put the lids and stuff on them, you would do 3 row, 3 up, 4 across. Okay, so like 3 by 4 basically. And that's how we did it. So she says, I like how y'all doing it. She was like, it seems like y'all get more out of, y'all stuff than, we do at my store. She's like, but can y'all do it this way instead? I like y'all way, but do it my way. So again, I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it the way I was taught to do it, because I'm not gonna change my routine that has not been yet told that is wrong, because you feel like you're gonna come in here and change it when you're not even gonna be a permanent manager here. Okay? So she came back again talking about leaving dishes. And I was done after that. My coworker was at the sink. She was literally washing her dishes. That's how I know, like, we never left dishes. She was literally at the back washing dishes. So I walked back there to her. I told her, I said, boo, I love you. I will talk to you later. I said, I am finna go. I'm finna go home. I said, I can't take this. And she was like, okay. So I walked up to the front. It was this guy who was a shift leader there. It was helping run shifts. And I walked up to him and I said, hey, I need to call my mama. Okay? I need to call my mama. When I tell you, I walked out that door, got in my car and pulled off. I called my mama. But baby, I called my mama and pulled the fuck off. I pulled off. I did not show back up. I literally sent a message. We had ended up getting the regional manager's phone number, and I already had the shift leader from the beginning phone number. So I texted them. I said, I love y'all. I respect y'all. But I cannot take this. This is too unorganized and I cannot deal. This is not the place for me. That ended up leading me into getting my next job at the hotel. And I worked there. And I ended up getting my coworker a job there too. So y'all, I'm telling y'all, I have so many stories from working at Wingstop. When I tell y'all, if y'all want more stories, comment down below. I will tell them to y'all. When I tell y'all that job gave me a run for my money, it gave me a run for my money. But I love y'all. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, put a thumbs up if y'all like the story. Tell me what y'all favorite part was, and also follow me on all my socials. And like I said, love y'all. See y'all later.
Cause I don't want the simple life. It's the fine things I like. I want my champagne all night with you.